Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thank you. How about yourself?
Good. I was just chuckling because I was like, well, I mean, we're real estate agents, so of course we're going to probably be late to the call, but I was laughing because people were registering and I'm like, people are literally registering for the call, but not coming to it.
Let me fix my iPad because this is pretty glitchy. Is that better?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's better. So
that's
it might
better.
be, we might have a small group, or if people keep coming, we'll let them in as they come. But I'm actually totally okay with it just being us. I'd love to connect with all of you guys better. How are
Yes.
you all?
Good, busy day.
Yeah. So Patty, you said you okay, well, real quick, everybody tell me your market. Liz, what market are you in? Remind me.
South Texas.
South Tech. Guys, I'm so geographically challenged. I'm like, can you tell me where the big city by South
I
Texas?
think Galveston.
Yeah, Laredo. I'm in Laredo.
Oh, okay. I've heard of Laredo. So a couple
There's
of
a
years ago,
song.
yeah, there is a song. A couple of years ago, I did, I held a conference in Kansas. And so we had our conference there. And then afterwards, I was like, babe, I want to go see some of my agents in Arizona. Is it okay? I mean, not Arizona, Texas. Is it okay? Came down from Kansas, saw some in Oklahoma, saw some in Texas. But then I'm like so silly that I'm like, well, if I'm in Texas, like if I see one agent, I have to see them all. But some of my tech agents were like, some of my agents were in Weatherfield and like Fort Worth. And then the other ones were like brand something with the B down by the ocean.
Beaumont, maybe?
Yeah,
Brownsville.
yeah, I think yes. And so I end up having to, I mean, I was happy and excited too, but I end up driving through Texas for like 3 days and I drive into San Antonio.
Yes.
It
Yes.
was it was long. Okay, so Liz is in Laredo. Christy is in Indianapolis,
Yes.
right?
Area. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. I know that because today I was on a call with a gal that was in Illinois and I was telling her all about you, Christy. And I was like, you guys are in the same place. And then
Yeah,
I
and we're
looked
in between like your other Ohio group. So Illinois, Indiana, Ohio.
yeah, but you're not actually by Illinois. Oh, okay, but you are by Illinois? Because I thought I messed up.
I'm in between Illinois and Ohio.
Okay, perfect.
Like
And Patty,
straight in the middle. Indianapolis is like straight in the middle of Indiana.
okay, all right. I wasn't too far off. I was
Yeah.
Patty, you're in Southern California, right?
SoCal, yep.
Cool. Alex, remind me where you are.
I'm from Alabama.
I love so today on Zillow. It's so funny you said Alabama. Have you guys? I know I said Zillow, guys. We're not supposed to be on Zillow. I know, but I shop from my family compound every morning. And this morning, this super cute, like mid-century home pops up. It's like I don't even remember what it was, but I'm like 139. Is this an auction? What's happening? So I click on it, and then I'm like, wait, it's in Alabama. And I was like, how did that happen? It said so now Zillow has trending homes, but it's like trending homes like wherever, not just like
Yeah.
your market. So it was trending homes in Alabama. So, anyways, apparently, Alex, I'm going to move to your side of the state, the country, because
It's
139, I can't buy a condo here.
Look, I know that Alabama gets a lot of like bad vibes or whatever. We love it here. I wasn't born here. I was raised here. I say born and raised. My mom was out of town when I was born. Different story for a different time, but Alabama, I mean, I love it. Like we have our chickens, we have our quail, we have goats, we got
I would love to have chickens.
I have
ducks,
chickens.
we got it all. Like it's great. I love it. I live right next door to my mom.
Oh,
Aw.
It's like
me
your
too.
typical.
Me too.
No, don't say "aw" because she walks in my front door every day. Like she thinks it's just like we ought to be connected. This is just an apartment to her home.
Hey, you chose to move next door or something, so she's gonna take advantage.
Alex, literally, this is so I have a family compound. Okay, so I have a family compound, so it's a multi-generational house, and we live on acreage. We have a micro farm, we have goats, we have chickens, and my daughter and my son-in-law and my grandkids live here. And my daughter will leave for like, I don't know, she'll go to like a wax appointment. And I'm like, I missed you. Did you miss me? And she's like, I missed you. Like I saw you all day, every day. So when you said that, I felt my daughter's pain.
Yes, it's like I love it. We used to live on like our family compound, with our whole family, but now it's just I moved over here with my mom, and she'll be like, "Where's Taylor today? I saw his car was at home." And I'm like, and now we're on a Life 360 group together because
Oh my
I have like
goodness.
multiple groups. I was like, I'll just add him to this group, and she'll be like, "Where's Taylor going? Why is he headed out so early?" And she'll be like, something's going on with our Life 360 group. And I'm like, for the love, like we are a little too close right now.
Oh my gosh, Alex, I love that. Tamika, you're in Atlanta, right? Did you already have Atlanta there, or were you like, she's coming for me? I'm just gonna put it right here in front of her face.
It was already there. I already had Atlanta on there.
So smart, so smart.
Yep.
I want to put Atlanta. That's like one of the cities I haven't been, but I hear it's beautiful.
It is. I live in the suburbs now. I hardly ever go into the city. I'm a country girl. I'm from Mississippi. So I'm from the country and we live a little further out. So I understand that Alabama thing. I like Alabama. So
Me too. Me too.
yeah.
And then Christy, you're in Texas, but you're not in southern Texas. You're near Houston, right?
I'm in the suburbs of Houston,
Of
yes.
Houston.
But we're moving out of the suburbs.
You're because you want chickens.
Well, actually, in Texas, a law has passed that no matter if you live in an HOA or not, any family in the state of Texas can own 6 chickens or less, and HOA can't do a damn thing about it.
I'm
So
moving
you'll go
to
out and buy you
Texas.
some laying chickens. 6 of them will produce about 21 to 24 eggs a week. You're welcome. That's my tip for
She
the
looks
day.
like she's in Home Depot, not Texas. But
I'm at Home Depot right now. We're buying a fan because we're going to list our house.
Oh my gosh, how funny. Did you guys, so fun random fact, because what I do on my spare time is research like history. And it was up until like the 70s that the government actually tried to regulate and require every household to have like 6 chickens. Like it was your responsibility to have chickens. Yeah. Funny how that's flipped, but we won't get too deep into my like my rants on that. Let's see. Oh, what were you gonna say, Alex?
I said, good news, I've passed that significantly. We have beyond 6 chickens.
We have 30.
Wow.
We have 30
Nice.
Yeah, so we
30.
have probably 40, 45 somewhere right there. And we just hatched off some chicks. And then we have some in the incubator to hatch next week, along with some quail. Don't ask me why. It's an addiction at this point.
But,
I'm carnivore. I could eat all those eggs every day.
So Patty, me too. But let me tell you something, Patty. I pay it probably cost me like $35 a dozen of eggs.
Oh, does it really?
Oh my gosh. So my grandkids have a business. It's called Little Chicks. And they sell eggs. That's what they do, right? So they have this business. And it is like, people are like, what do you mean you're selling them for $8 a dozen? I'm like, we're still not hitting profit at $8 a dozen. It is expensive to have chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I know we had like several different ladies jump in here. So real quick, Jessica, Tabby, or Raina, do you want to introduce yourselves in your market?
Hi, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Could not figure out how to mute it. It's my first time hopping on a call with you guys, ladies. And my name is Reina Martinez. I was scrolling through something, looking for something, and I just saw that I was like, oh, this was posted an hour ago. So I hopped on. I am from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I have.
Yay!
Is there someone else?
Do we have somebody else from
I'm in
Michigan?
Indiana.
Oh,
I'm in Indiana.
Okay,
And my son, so you're just above me for your geographically challenged. And Michigan's right above Indiana. And my son actually lives in Grand Rapids. So
Oh, really? That is so cool.
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I've been meaning to do real estate for years, like close to 10 years. And I finally jumped in and did it. I left my 9-to-5 job, about a month ago. And here we are.
Good for you. That's a good leap.
Yeah, I'm glad we found that you found us.
Yeah,
Jessica, do you
thank you. I'm
want to?
glad I found you.
Yeah, of course. Jessica, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I am in Jacksonville, Florida. I just moved here actually from San Diego a year ago, and I just got my license almost a month ago. So I have no idea
Wow.
what I'm doing yet about anything, but trying to learn one thing at a time.
You're in the right
I love
place.
that. Yeah, yeah. Tabby, how about you?
Hi. So I'm Tabby. I've been in the business for, it's going to be 11 years in January. I'm originally from Laredo, Texas, but I moved to, right now I'm in Mount Vernon, Washington. And it's been close to, let's say, I moved here in 2011. So, yep, I'm a managing broker and I have a team of 4 ladies. I'm the youngest. I have a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old and 4 ladies in my team.
I love that, Tabby, and I dream of the Pacific Northwest. It's just
I
like
love
so
it.
beautiful and so
Except for
green.
the winter though. It's
Mhm.
gloomy and dark and
Everybody says that would be sad, but I feel like that's my vibe. Like, just give me a fireplace and like a hoodie and just leave me alone and let me hibernate for the whole season.
and
But I
sometimes we get snow, so it's fun. Not fun driving and showing houses in the snow, but
yeah.
we don't have tornadoes, we don't have hurricanes, we don't have alligators.
Is that a TikTok? That's a TikTok, right?
Yes.
Yep, that's us too. I'm in Nevada, so I'm not too far from you. So real quick, ladies, just in case you don't know me, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. So, and thank you all for being here. Buns Up, Bras Off is kind of like it's my baby, it's my thing. Not only is it a group, but I'm rolling out the podcast. There's a retreat coming. It's kind of like, it's for all of us that have ever felt like the Adam Sandler in the room.
You just said retreat. You just made my day.
Yes, there is a Buns Up, Bras Off retreat coming where we're going to be oceanside around a bonfire, all the good things. But a little bit about me. Oh, good. At least I have one. But all kidding aside, I have had the honor of coaching and mentoring agents for about 7 years on a national level. I've been a broker and in leadership and leading on a local level for about 15 years. And so I had a coaching company and helping moms to build successful businesses and scale 6-figure incomes on a part-time effort is kind of my jam. It's what I love doing. I am still a producing agent. I'm still in production. In fact, Brittany, who I'm so rude and didn't let introduce herself, so I'm coming to you, my friend, is in the market right next to me. And so I'm still producing. At this point, I've scaled back. So I sell about $10 million, $15 million a year, mostly from my pajamas. I don't really like to get dressed much, but I'm very blessed to have built a business by design. And now it's just my heart. Real estate, it didn't just give me an income, it changed the course of my family's trajectory. And it changed our life. And I will spare you the long story, but I was going through my hardest season and I was facing major medical things with my son. I was temporarily separated from my husband. I thought it'd be great to not take on just one, but 4 extra kids, 2 of which were special needs. And I found myself with no income and the sole support for 8 people. And I had to make real estate work. And it's just been a roller coaster ride since then. I've done everything under the sun. But at this point, my very favorite thing to do is just to help moms to discover rooms they didn't know existed and help them to build businesses by design. Like you should, like we can love what we do and we can niche down and we can do all the things. So on that note, thank you so much for being here. And what you can expect on this call is whatever the heck you want. So this is not a call where I have an outline. That's not what I want. Whether you guys want to get tactical and talk shop, or you want to talk strategy, whether you just want to talk about how you didn't choke your kid today, like this is a safe space for whatever you want to talk about. And that my hope in this is that we make great connections and build relationships and help each other to have stronger businesses. So does everybody sound good with that? Yes. Okay. Brittany, do you want to tell them you're in good old Dayton?
I'm in good old Dayton, Nevada, not Dayton, Ohio. Little town outside of Reno. So Randy and I are in same markets, but I'm in a smaller town outside of Reno and Carson area. This is Lainey. She's my one and only child. Say hi.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Thank you. Anyway, we'll see how long she lasts, and it's only yeah, so I've been in real estate for about 3 years. I was originally our team's admin and then changed into agent a few years ago. I am not one to just jump into something. I really wanted to make sure this is what I wanted to do prior to getting into it. So I took a leap of faith, became an admin, and learned a lot along the way. And I'm still on that same team. And yeah, so here I am. And Randy and I run a group in Reno together as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And fun fact about Brittany and I, we met in Moms in Real Estate, not in our own market.
Yep.
Oh, how
So,
funny.
I usually catch it, you know, when I'm letting, because I actually, I am very, very protective of our Moms in Real Estate community. So I actually approve each member by hand. It's because I have nothing else
I
to
couldn't
do.
believe it when I heard you say that.
Yeah. So I just want to make, I mean, you know, for me, it's important that like I'm trying to keep it high integrity. So I don't know when Brittany slipped in. Somewhere 30,000 agents ago, she slipped in. And I never noticed. And then I was like, wait, you're in my market. So so that's really cool. Navy, I'm gonna ask you to unmute so then it'll help you. You can just like touch it. Let's see. Did that work?
Sorry, I was like being a Zoom dork. I don't even know how to undo anything. I'm so sorry. Hi, ladies. My name is Navy. I am actually from Long Beach, California, and I kind of saw you guys as like mom in real estate. I'm like, dude, I need to join this because I'm like struggling here. I am a mom of two, and I had a baby. He's 2, and I'm like, okay, once I have my first baby, or the last one, I'm gonna go back into real estate in 6 months, and I'm gonna just take off. Yeah, it didn't happen. It did not happen. I'm still not in real estate. I kind of had to take off because I had no sitters. And I do the door knocking, and I don't mind it, but it's hot and sweaty and he's on my hip and I can't really do that as much. But every time I door knock, people wouldn't mind because I have a child and I'm not as annoying. I'm not selling anything. They see me with a child, so I'm not getting my door my face slammed with the door. But I'm
That's
still
hilarious.
struggling. I'm still struggling. Pretty much, I don't have a sitter still, so my day goes in watching him, and then my 9-year-old here swims at nighttime. So I was trying to get to know the moms and see if anybody needed. But unfortunately, there's so many real estate licensee here that every other parents know a real estate license, and I've been licensed for 7, going on 8 years.
Don't let that bother you, please.
Yes.
Don't let the other agents get in your head. I have a sign on my wall that says, move out of the way. I'm here. I live in
Amen.
Laguna Beach, where they show up at 9 o'clock in their spiky heels and full makeup. And then there's me. We don't care.
I'm like baggy eyes. My eyes is poofy. I'm in raggedy, my son's sweater, and my hair's a mess sometimes because I didn't get enough sleep the night before. And they're like, "Oh yeah, you're stay-at-home mom. You should be well dressed." I just don't have enough.
You should be well dressed. What?
Oh.
No.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, get that out of your head.
They
I'm
must
like,
not be
I
stay-at-home
can't.
moms.
What was that?
I said they must not be stay-at-home moms.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. It's tough because it's like needing me I want to say 24 hours. I'm just tired. So it's every time I get to take my son out to go swimming, I do door knock, but I haven't lately because it's been scorching hot out here and I can't walk and sweat at the same time. I feel grossed out. But
Hey,
I'm
Randy.
still struggling so much. So I joined to see how you guys could help me and my business because I feel unmotivated at time, and not that I'm not motivated. It's just I feel like I don't know where to start anymore. It's been kind of out of 2 years is kind of a long time.
Yeah.
I hear what's going on. I know what's going on, but it's like so much. to take in. And I come from a smaller brokerage too, but they have wonderful meetings. I just can't go because my son's sleep time, nap time, pooping time, eating time, throwing up time, throwing a fit time. So I
Well,
kind of
Nadine,
have a hard time.
First,
We're
Nadine,
in a
thank you for
similar
being, like,
market, so
open.
we need to connect
Yeah, yes, for
outside of
sure.
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, she's not too
Shoot me
far
your
from here.
email.
Okay, I'll write it in the chat.
Patty's doing this right now.
Yeah.
I'm doing
But
it right now.
Nadine,
Got the
first
list
off,
in my
just
head.
thank you for being open and honest and vulnerable. Like, I think that that's really important. And just fun fact about me, I was licensed, and I wasn't just licensed. I actually had my broker's license since 2002, and I didn't do anything with my license, or I mean, I sold what fell in my lap up until 2010. And then in 2010, I had that mind shift, and I mean, I also had no money. So I was like, I've got to make this work. And then obviously, like I said, at that point it changed. So yeah, those limiting beliefs, I mean, I'm just so excited you're on this call, because I can tell you that I've built a very successful business, and I'm never fancy. And 9 out of 10 times I have a baby on my hip, right? So I actually built my business with my kids on my hip, and now it's my grandkids, and they're afoot. I've learned to, when it's respectful, when it's not respectful. But I've also learned to get comfortable with, if somebody's not okay because I have a kid, then it's okay. They're not my person. So anyways, we're excited you're here, because we will definitely be able to offer you tons of support on that. And side note, I do, Angelica's on here. She's our community coordinator. She'll drop in my link. So one of the things I do with moms in real estate is I do offer a free agent success strategy call. So anytime, if anybody wants to book a call with me, I just, we can spend 15 minutes diving in, coming up with some goals, some tactics. I can just kind of help you. And that's just kind of one of my ways. Also, like I said, Patty's great. And then Christy's also great with new agents too. So there'll always be resources. So anyways, Nadie, thank you for being here.
Thank you. I have another question before I get called away. You guys have been in this business for quite some time. How do you know when to hire a coach or have a mentor? And what's the difference from a coach and a mentor?
That's a loaded question.
I'm sorry.
That is a loaded question, but I do feel like we should always, even coaches have coaches, right? Like, you always have to have somebody, and it can just look different. So it can look a lot different, but you always have to have somebody that is just ahead and where you want to go, right? Because what's hard about this business, especially with it being so male dominated and us being isolated in our brokerages and our markets, is when we start building based off of what we're exposed to. Like, I built a Rainmaker team because that's how the models were. And so it's like, I built a team and I was trying to secure all these online lead sources for my agents to like feed them. And in actuality, that's not my jam at all. I'm not going to be able to give you Zillow deals, but if you want to learn how to build a damn good business and you want to love your business, I can do that. But it wasn't until I was exposed to it. So it's the first question. The answer is yes, you need somebody, but you have to find it in the right environment. It might be in way of collaboration. It might be in way of joining a company where there's mentorship. It might be joining a team, right? That might be another thing that you can do. So there's a lot of different avenues, but step one is finding the environment that's going to give you the exposure to what you're looking for.
Can I piggyback on that? I was with some small brokers when I started, and I knew nothing. I started in 2010 like Randy. When the market crashed, I lost my job, 35 years in construction accounting. It was burn the ship. Single parent, no child support. There is no failure. We move forward. But I was with small-minded brokers. It wasn't until, honestly, I got with EXP a few years ago, and then now Real, where we have this abundance. Like with Randy, we joined Real around the same time, of mentors and masterminds and people that are doing great things. And those are the people you need to surround yourself with, because it gives you the inspiration and the motivation. If they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Also, one thing I remember I was speaking one time, and I remember getting worked up about this, because here's my thing. I do not fault the person that is in real estate and that just wants to sell enough houses to make a Disneyland trip happen. Like, kudos, like, I'm good with that. Like, everybody's success should be individual to what they want to be. My problem is how many women don't understand what real estate can do for them. That's
Yes.
my thing is let me tell you, let me expose you to what it can do. Let me, like every business, no matter 99% of jobs that you're in, at best, you're looking at maybe a 1%. Like you're excited if you can get a 1% year over year raise. In real estate, you can give yourself 10, 20. I literally went from 0 income to 40 grand to 80 grand to 100 to 150. And I just kept scaling, right? Like I was jumping, 3 times my income year over year. And my thing is just like, know what you can do and then set your goals. Don't set your goals based without knowing what you can do. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah. So I would
wanna
say
say-
maybe definitely take advantage of some of these calls. Christy, go for it, friend.
I was going to say that I am a former middle school teacher, mentor, and coach turned real estate agent, and I quit my teaching job. And so like I really thrive in helping new agents. And so if you need support, you need to talk things out, things like that, you literally can call me anytime and I answer my phone.
And if she
But
was a middle
that's my
school
jam.
teacher, she can do
I was-
anything.
Right, Patty?
Yes.
Listen, my
Oh my
list is 23 deep in my head already, and we're only like what? 15
Oh, we
That's
lost you,
awesome.
minutes in the
Christy, but-
call.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah,
Christy,
so
we
you
love
need support, you need to talk things through, you need a cheerleader,
We're losing her,
Oh.
but Navy, you got tons of cheerleaders. Also, the comments are going. So keep showing up to these. So these are free, guys. There's there's no gimmick. There's no sales pitch at the end. There's none of that. This is just a way to get deeper in relationship and in community. So thank you so much for kicking us off on that, Navy. Does anybody else have something, it can be a struggle. It can be a win. It can be a tactical question. What else does everybody have going on?
I think for me right now, sorry.
You're
For
good,
me right
Christy.
now, I'm a little bit struggling with all like all the new things, learning so many things, and there's so many things I want to do because I'm an idea person, and I'm like, oh, like all the things. And I know that you've mentioned this before. Don't get distracted with the new shiny object syndrome, but like there's just so many things that are opportunities. But I'm like, okay, I really need to just focus. What do I want to work on? But there's just that whole overwhelming of, but I can do so many things. Which one do I choose?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like that investing thing coming up, I'm like, do I do that now? Or do I just go ahead and finish what I'm learning already, gaining more clients? Or do I go ahead and do it because it's only $100 and do it anyway? I don't know.
Yeah. So I do think that the value for that is great, but I will tell you, number one, I had to make a rule for myself. I was my own disruptor of my business. So
Yes.
I was fortunate to have good traction, but every year I minimized my own success because I was like, oh, this new CRM is going to be the game changer, or, oh, look at this, or, oh, look at that. And so I was always changing things in our business. So about 10 years ago, I made a big rule, and here's my rule. I only open for change in the fourth quarter. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the fourth quarter, it's my dream. That's my quarter. I wait for that quarter. That's the quarter where I get to do my logo if I want to. I can change our branding. I can change our CRM. I can do whatever I want to in our business in the fourth quarter. But I marry it for quarter 1 through 3. And I actually marry it for a full year. And then I make myself do the learning curve. And Christy, what you need to do right now as a brand new agent is you need to decide with intentionality, because here's the thing, there's pain when you come into the business, and the pain's going to look one of two ways. Okay. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to make long-term decisions based off of short-term pain. And so for instance, one of those pains in the beginning is income, right? And so right now you got to figure out, how do I get to more income? How do I start getting income going in? How do I make this successful? And one of the best things you can do is decide what you want your business to look like and identify 3 pillars of business that you want to be your core pillars of business, and then build a strategy that goes 5 layers deep on those 3 pillars and go all in on those.
Oh, like in your plan that you had sent me.
Correct.
Okay.
For your plan,
Okay.
just do my year plan, Christy, and you'll be golden.
Okay.
Just do
I
the
know.
plan,
I'm
but
just
yes.
like, oh my word, well, and part of that is, and this is what I was going to ask you, is I'm trying to figure out with just creating the, a presentation, the buyer and seller presentation. Do I just hire somebody? Because I feel like it's
Well,
taking
Real
me
has it.
forever.
Real
What was
has
that?
it. Real
Oh,
already did
Sharon
that.
has the best.
That's
Well,
Why?
Well, I mean, like in a format that's relatable in Indiana. Like I know that there's like that book that he put out, but it
No,
doesn't.
there's more. There's more. There's more. It's in
Okay.
the toolbox. It's in the toolbox.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
look.
And
But
ask Leo. So if you're not sure where to find it, you can ask Leo and have it be state specific.
Yep. Yep, exactly. So
okay,
it's in there for you. But also,
Okay.
Christy, remember this. So here was me. I was brand new agent. I'm at Keller Williams.
mhm,
I am like, I've got a cubicle because I guess I'm supposed to rent a cubicle. So I've and I want to be successful. So I think people have teams. So I have 4 agents on my team. I have 0 deals. And here's me. I got 20 signs. I got 10 lock boxes. I have 2 variations of listing presentations. I've got everything and I have no business. Now,
mm,
how I learned to actually get successful, I got the business and then I built the other stuff. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
I got a listing. It's week 1. I better send them something. Now's the time to build it. Right.
Yeah.
So just give yourself grace and go in and just do the right activities. And remember, it's layering on. So like Patty said in the comments, the 12-week year is a game changer. I run a 12-week year and I either win my quarter or I lose my quarter. That's it. Like that's how I operate. And I add on. So each quarter I have, and it's in that plan that you have, Christy, I have one
Yeah.
strategic goal for the quarter. So if your strategic goal for the quarter, you want to help investors, let's say that's one of your pillars, then yeah.
Yeah.
You should go to that class, right?
Okay.
Because that's your
Yeah.
goal. So one strategic goal per quarter. And when it comes to education, if you love education, just pick a day of the week and say every Wednesday from 1 to 3, I'm going to go, whatever education I want to watch, that's when I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
like, I mean, I
time's
have
really important.
clients, but I feel like I'm going to, like, I can't, like my brain, and I think just all the new stuff in my ADD, like there's just so many things to learn, like Lofty. I'm like, I can't even get like clients and my CRM straight and all those details of, oh, wait, I'm setting up a search. I thought I was doing the search right for automatic listings to go to my brother, my sister, and they weren't even going. And I'm like, oh my word. And so that's where I'm thinking, well, maybe I should hire somebody or should I just hire a mentor for a while to give
No.
me?
Not for that stuff. You don't need a
Okay.
mentor for that stuff. Okay. So for technical stuff, you don't need a mentor. I have a friend who owns a virtual assistant company, and a virtual assistant is going to be worth your weight in gold. Like my community coordinator who's on this call, who like thinks ahead of me, she saves me all the time. I'm like, thank you. The value is having somebody that you can say, hey, you got it, Christy. From day 1, you have to think about what's your highest and best use. Your highest and best use is going and having conversations and meeting new people, not figuring out Lofty. So you have a virtual assistant and you say, hey, like, this is what I need you to do this week. Your goal, I need you to figure out how to do this and then show me how to do it. And then you leave it alone and you let them figure it out and you give them the access to the training. So you are going to want to like get smart about that, but also, I mean, and you've made the decision, you went into business, but I think this is important for everybody, is that new agents have to make a decision about, do they want to sell real estate or do they want to own a business? They're 2 different things. And there is a misconception in our industry that that you're less than if you join a team. Brittany's a powerhouse and she started out by joining a team, but Brittany understood that she wanted to start by selling real estate. She wanted to show houses and write contracts. She didn't want to operate a business. When she mastered showing houses and writing contracts, she was like, oh, I want to get in on the business side. I want to make my own signs. I want to make my own branding. I want to do events. And then she brought that layer on there. So another thing you have to be conscious of is if you are building the business, which can be great to do it from the start because you'll have it sooner rather than later, but you have to be conscious of, I'm selling real estate and I'm building a business. They're 2 different things. Right.
Definitely. And that's where I'm like, feel like
two
I'm
different things.
in slow motion maybe, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe just all the things.
Real quick on the questions, I want to make sure we saw those. So Jessica on the chat, I do a yearly planning session. I wasn't planning on doing it this year, but maybe I will. And it's a plan I put together. So over the course of my career, it was like data that I want to track, things that I need to know year over year, what's working in my business. Something that I would identify is that I would be putting all my effort into one source. And then at the end of the year, when I would look at my closings, they actually came from a different source. And so I want to be intentional. I want to put my time where my money is, right? And so I built a plan. And last year I trained my agents on it. and I sent it to Christy to help her. And so I sent you the recording, right, Christy? Yeah, I sent her the
I
recording.
think so.
So if anybody wants that, you can email me. Actually, Angelica, drop your email in the comments and you can email Angelica and Angelica will get it for you, because I will forget and then I will be so sad that I forgot. But if you want that training, and I'm thinking about, also let me know if you guys are interested, because if there's interest, I'll do it live. We can do a live training.
That'd be
and walk
awesome.
through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do
Can I
that.
ask you a question before I have to go and pick up my little one from his swim class? Is this the session part where you're talking about like a business plan for the rest of the beginning of the year? Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's
And
a
do you
business
guys
plan,
do?
it's broke into quarters. It's broke into 4 quarters.
Oh, okay. Thank you, ladies. I have to go scoop up the kids, but I really appreciate everyone talking. I hope to meet you guys again.
Yes. And maybe if
And
you
I'll
have
reach
down the
out to
line.
you tomorrow.
Yeah, and connect with me on I'm Rise with Randy on Instagram, and we can
Okay.
connect there as well.
Okay, thank you. And sorry, Patty, what did you say? I'm so sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I'll reach out to you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you guys. Bye.
Okay. So yes, I love this. Anybody else have any wins or anything that they want to share, or any struggles? And remember, so here's my thing, guys. My biggest fear, like my biggest thing, is somebody coming to this call and being like, oh yeah, I went to that Buns Up Bras Off and I got no value. Listen, that can never happen. So it is your responsibility on this call to say what you need, so that when you get off this call, you're like, oh my goodness, I'm never missing another Buns Up Bras Off again. So right now, my codependency depends on you telling me what you need so we can fill that need.
Okay, I'll go. I'm taking the mic. So I don't know if y'all saw this week the anonymous post about the person that messed with the spa at the open house and messed it up. That was me. Don't do that. I have been so upset all week. I haven't heard anything back from the real estate agent. I don't know if anyone's like heard or saw whatever. Essentially, I hosted a open house last Sunday. I got my last last meeting. I didn't have my license. The next week, I went, took my test, passed it first try. Immediately started hosting open houses. I've hosted 3 open houses now. Last weekend was my 3rd. And I asked this agent, I was like, hey, do you have anything close to me? And it didn't even have to be close to me, but I was like, I didn't want to go too far out on a Sunday. And he was like, well, I have one. It was like an hour and a half away from me. I was like, fine, I'll host it. Sure. And look at the listing, like study up on it, have all the things, all the papers, all the snacks, go there. It has like the swimming spa, really, really cool. Like one of those, like you can get in and like row and real fancy. So I get there and I turn on all the lights and open up all the blinds and do all the things, make the house look better. And my husband was with me and I was like, just go cut it on. I had already like flipped the cover off, cut it on. I know, trust me. I know now. Anyway, so we go to leave and he cuts it off while the breaker flips. And I'm like, mother of pearl, this is exactly what I need, because like my full-time job, I do property management, and that's what got me into real estate and property management. I love it. I don't know if it's the people that I work with or if it's the job itself, but I'm not having the best time. So I have been having a hard time with that. And then this was just the icing on the cake. The breaker flips. I call my broker and I'm like, this happened. And he's like, well, you don't need to do that, blah, 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 like, typical man syndrome, whatever. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to call the agent. So I call the agent. He doesn't answer. So I text him and he responds with, I don't know why you would do that anyways. I've never done anything like that. And I was like, I forgot. You came out of the womb absolutely perfect. It's probably why you're bald headed. But okay, what do I do now? Can you call the seller? Like, what do I need to do before I leave? And he was like, well, I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to come up there. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm inconvenient to you on your Sunday afternoon. Whatever. So I texted him later that night. I ended up leaving, texted him later that night. He didn't answer. And then he finally responded. He was like, the seller hasn't responded, like all snarky. And then I never heard anything else. So don't touch the spa.
Don't touch the spa.
Hey, would you like a silver lining idea? FYI, ours drains if we hit the wrong button, but it backfills into the pool and then it just takes the pool water and refills back into our spa.
Oh
So
wait,
it's
I forgot to mention that part. So yes, the breaker flipped and it started draining the spa, but it drained it into the ground. So the breaker flipped and it starts draining the whole spa.
Yes. Oh,
don't do that.
It'll be okay.
I promise.
I think them not responding is good news.
I cried all afternoon, all the way home.
Oh,
My husband was
no.
like, it's okay. And I'm like, no, it's not.
It'll be okay.
So I'm trying to forget about it, but he hasn't responded. So I am
It's probably fine.
But remember, a few years from now, it's going to be the most fantastic story that you're going to tell newbies too. It's going to be great, and everybody's going to laugh about it. I mean, it'll be fine.
Yes, I immediately texted my friend and I was like, FYI, don't ever touch any spas at any open houses. And she was like, well, I didn't know that. I'll add that to the list.
But also it makes like, this is the stuff on social media that like makes for really good engagement and really good storytelling, like going on and saying like, hey, like not just a, like, yes, there's the funny component on it and the realtor to realtor component, but also just saying like, for anyone, like, heads up, did you know this? Like did you know this? And teaching people is like, I'm always shocked at things I learn on like somebody's Instagram and I'm like, I had no idea. And so this is the examples of like, everything is content.
Well, and I like I said, I texted my friend and I was like, or I called her and I was like, FYI, this happened. And she was like, I would have never done that. Like, guess this. I'm glad you told me because I would have done the same thing. Like, you were attempting to show the house in the best light and the swimming spa was the main, like the biggest seller. She was like, I would have done the same thing. And then later I sent her a video. I don't know if y'all saw on TikTok, the sellers that got mad because someone sat on their couch. And there was like a butt print on the couch during the open house. And then someone left the chair, the kitchen table, like slightly pulled out, and they called like dogging out the hosting agent for sitting on their couch and sitting in their chairs. And they thought it was like rude. And I was like, don't touch the spa. Don't sit on their furniture. Do you have anything to add to the list?
I said everyone. Did you see that one that was like the one that accidentally burnt down the house? There was a realtor that actually accidentally burnt down a house. And so it was it was going viral. It was like, if you think you're having a bad day, think about this real estate agent. And she like, it was either a candle or she turned something off, but like she was on her way out and she accidentally burnt their house down. So Alex, I promise you're okay.
I had a brand new agent at an open house last weekend with a candle. I'm like, blow it out.
Oh,
no candle.
Just when you think you're having a bad day.
Yes. Well, and there was someone else. I was talking about like how I set up my open house. Like I really set up the picture in this post, and someone else was like, also don't ever offer food, any type of water source. Like don't touch any water source. Water is a liability. And I was like, okay, yeah, noted. I know that now.
We always do food and drinks. I used to do wine. I've never had a mom turn down rosé.
I was just gonna say that has been the only issue I've ever had. Like we've done wine and cheese and it's like maybe not, we're smart about the wine, but
half a glass. Here, hold my kid.
Like don't give them the whole bottle. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So there was one person that said like the food, they were like, yeah, food was always a liability for me because touching walls and stuff. And I was like, well, I took the Cheetos out.
Okay, so I just have to say, if like it is not this, like I have taken kids to open houses. I've used restrooms many times during the open houses.
And kids
I've sat on the furniture. all the things. So I promise, don't let this traumatize you. This is not the reality. Most people have like realistic expectations. Really quick, Anna wanted to share a win. I'm excited for that.
Hi, everybody. It's my
Hi.
first time on the video call. So thanks for thanks for doing this, by the way.
You're welcome.
Don't get discouraged about those horror stories with open houses, by the way, because you never know what's gonna happen. You did the best thing that you knew to do. So just keep at it and forget about it. Don't beat yourself up over it. I wanted to share a win. I closed on a 1.3 million restaurant deal yesterday. I was so happy for my clients, so happy for my team. So I was working the deal. It's been like 2 years because commercial real estate is takes a while sometimes, but I was so excited it finally closed. The wire hit this morning, so I was just happy.
That's when it's real. When the wire
Exactly,
hit.
yes. Valentina, and I'm helping
Congratulations.
my daughter do her homework. So when you have little
love
ones,
that.
like we do it together, huh?
We
So she
absolutely
was a
do.
baby too when I got back into real estate. I got out for a while, but I came back in and she was little. So for the agents that have little ones, just keep going. You can do it. And the babies, they're gonna grow. So just enjoy them when they're little. And real estate is always gonna be there. So just wanted to share that it's not always doom and gloom.
Yes. And I love that. And you're so right. There's seasons and your business looks different in every season. That's so good. That's so good. Alyssa, I saw you had your hand up. Did you want to share?
Yeah. Hey, by the way, this is my first time here.
Hey,
I just got approved to join, I guess by you. And I saw the Zoom. I was like, I'm gonna jump in because I'm around a lot of men and I need more women to talk to, you know. But I think for me, this is my little girl. For me, gosh, I mean, I've been licensed for about 10 years, but really jumped in full time going on 4 years ago now. And for me, it's consistency. I mean, month to month, one month I'm completely dead, and the next month I'll have 6 under contract. And then so it's just always up and down, up and down, up and down. So I'm trying to figure out how to keep it more consistent.
Probably the hardest thing.
It is. And I guess it's probably not anything that you can really help, you know, because a little over a month ago, I was hiding under my covers. I didn't want to get out of bed. I was freaking out. Christmas is approaching, and all of a sudden everything just flipped, and I had 6 under contract, and I'm about to write 2 more now. So, but it's like, I need to find, I don't know if I need to find a niche or something that will just keep me
yes.
more consistent.
But the second, and I guess it's niche. I'm just not that demure. Sorry, my grandkids been saying demure, and so I've been trying, whatever. Anyways, this is also the place you come for corny. If you like people that are corny, you come here. But anyways, yes, I agree with you. And one of the things, my hack personally has been getting so intentional with financials. So even in that training I sent Christy, it really dials in on financials. And I've just changed my framework around my thought process. So I was guilty of being the agent that, like, the first time I had like $100,000 month, I was like, we're buying this and we're buying this and we're doing this and we're doing that. And then I was like, I live like a millionaire one month. And then I'm like, yeah, we can't afford gas next month. So the game changer for me was really starting to understand my financials. I know my survival number and my thriving number. And so I know exactly if I don't have another deal that comes in and I only need to pay survival, like I'm not paying any extras. And then I know what, if I want to keep the, you know, my way of living, what that thriving number is. And so when I close a deal and I have that big month, then I hold back in reserves. Like I know, so I'll allocate it. So I'll say, okay, this is for 2 months. And then I can have fun after what I have for that. So I'll give myself breathing room. And what that's done is it just takes away the panic, right? It takes away the panic because I'm not like, oh my goodness, there's nothing and there's nothing, right? It's like, oh, there's nothing. So I got to get my butt to work, but at least I have the next 2 months covered. So the financials and also interruptions. So we talked about this too, Christy. You're such a dork. So there's a huge spider. You guys are dorks, but that's my daughter and my business partner. It's my business partner messing with me. But the other thing I was going to say too on that really helped me, Alyssa, was distraction. So I needed, as a mom, so I know we talked about this, like focusing.
Yes.
So for me, I needed to learn to win my day by noon. And if I could do more, great. But I needed to know what was the basics that I had to do every day by noon to win my day, to move my business forward. And so in that training, I also reversed engineered. So based off of what you need for your thriving number, you should plan off your thriving number, not your survival number. But based off of my thriving number, it calculates backwards how many conversations you need, how many buyers you need, how many sellers you need. And then that works backwards to, I break it down in there. I break it down monthly, I break it down weekly, and I break it down daily. So for me, I know if I send 3 buyers to lending a week, I win. Like I keep my quota, all the things. So if I do that at 10, if I've sent all 3 by 10 o'clock on Wednesday morning, then I have more liberty and I have more flexibility, and it keeps me from being in burnout, because I'm not the type of person that can just grind. Like I got to go do creative stuff, you know? And so those, just understanding those financials have been how I have created consistency in an inconsistent environment.
Yeah, I love that by noon thinking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still need to
Yep,
buy the
it helps me. Well, and honestly, it keeps me in check, because when it's like 5:15 and I haven't done my thing to win by noon, I'm like, well, if I would like to stop working today, I guess I should get my butt in gear and make the one freaking phone call I was supposed to make, you know? And then I do it and I go off for the day. So anyways, I love that. Thank you so much, Alyssa. And you guys keep coming to these. I love having you guys here. Okay, Christy, you wanted to share a win?
Yes, please. Okay, so I'm Christy and I'm from suburbia Houston for now. But I have a win for the week. So Corey and I said we were gonna build a house, and we're going to like this like wellness community. Like they have like standards in their house for pure drinking water, like air filtration. Their lighting like mimics the sun, so your body releases the thing it's supposed to, before technology was a thing, all the things, right? And we picked literally the best lot in the whole neighborhood, which is like a $50,000 upgrade. But we have no neighbor. We get to have our garden. It's on the correct side of the sunrise, all the things, because we don't want to leave the house with all the vegetables and stuff we grow and not be able to take it with us. And so we're like, wow, that kind of put us a little bit out of our budget. And so I told Corey, I was like, okay, I'm going to pray about it. So we needed 24,000 extra than we allocated for. So I prayed about it, and then I started manifesting that crap. And so I was like, babe, can you believe we got within 1 hour, we said, if it was meant to be, Jesus, please let there be a way. Within 1 hour, I got a new client for buy, sell, and my commission is $23,998.
God will, you know what I love about God's sense of humor? He's like, I will provide the exact amount.
Yeah.
Be a good steward of it. Be a good steward of it.
So we
Have you guys seen the TikTok meme where it's Jesus take the wheel and they're like hanging on in the back seat and the car is driving all crazy? It's so perfect.
It's so good.
Well, we figured it's God's will and we're going. So those are my people. We're all, you know, homesteading, chemicals,
That's
all the stuff's gonna kill us.
Where is that again, Christy?
Hockley, Texas.
Where was that? Hot Springs? Is that what you said?
Hockley, Texas. It's
Okay.
outside of
And then
Houston.
what major city is that out of? Like, is it outside of a bigger?
Outside of Houston.
Houston, sorry. And then like, how big are your lots there? I'm just curious. I have somebody else I know is moving to Texas.
Oh, really? Where are they moving to?
I want to say they're moving south of Dallas Fort Worth. They train dogs, and they're looking for property to train the dogs. So, yeah.
Oh.
So I'll be calling you soon.
I might know some places. I have some friends that are doing off-market acreage. That would work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah,
This
so
is why
there
you come
are
to Buns
kind
Up
of
Bras
people.
Off. This is why you come to Buns Up Bras Off. You leave with the referral. I love it. Really quick, just because I always want to be respectful of your guys' time, I want to make sure we get to everybody. Tamika, you have a question and a win?
Yes. My question is anyone good with Facebook ads?
Don't do it. I'm convinced that's why my Facebook got suspended this week. Don't do it.
Patty
Do
says
not.
yes. She's good,
No,
but Alex
Facebook
says
ads
no.
are effective. I had Real Geeks. My Facebook ads were performing better than theirs, and they let me out of my contract. The problem with Facebook is right now you're fighting against all the political ads, and then you're going to fight against the Christmas ads. So wait until January. What's
Okay.
hot right now is Instagram stories. Who's here with Reel that was at Rise?
Yes.
Was
Well,
anybody at Rise?
live stream.
Yeah, I was virtual.
So good.
Instagram stories were amazing and putting one guy went from like 1,300 followers to 23,000, did like 450 GCI from story polls. Go Google story polls. I started last
Okay.
night. I put it all into a calendar, and my first
Mm-hmm.
one was, I think it was cash offer. Cash offer, and then they answer. And it's going to take time,
Okay.
I think, to build its algorithm. You know how they all work. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to do them Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Okay. Thank you.
I can pitch it. I can chime in about the Facebook ads.
Yes.
So a few years before I went full on commercial, I did run Facebook ads for residential, and my niche is horse properties or farm properties. So that was my Facebook ad. I spent like $300 with a producer that produced an ad for me off of listings that I had sold already. And I will say I probably spent like $500 in ads, but I started really small, like $10 a day. Then I upped it to $50 a day. And the reason I upped it is because I was getting really quality leads. So I think that if you target your farm or your niche and then you run an ad, just start small and then see the engagement. And if you see that you are getting good engagement, then up it up a little bit more. But don't do like, I would say, try your best to not make it just like a generic ad. So
That's
do
really
something, whatever
smart.
that is that you specialize in, because everybody's going to be doing ads. You're just going to get lost with everybody else. So I do say go for it, but just make sure it's like specific to the area that you focus on.
Okay. Yes, I'm trying to
that's
run
why
it for
I
two
got
of my
like,
listings.
yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, but I wanted to say out of that ad that I ran for $500, I probably got like 5 closings that were upward between like $600,000 and $800,000 sales price. So it was worth it. But I did put the work in to do the to kind of make it real specific to my
Into
niche.
her niche. And
Okay.
Facebook will find those people, and that will grow as it finds more people.
Okay.
Also, just so you
All
know,
right.
too, Jessica in the comments said she's done a lot of that too. So you guys might connect because she has some more on that. But I want to hear your
Okay.
win too, also, Tamika.
So for my win this year for me, past clients in social media have been great for me. So today I did our walkthrough for my past client or a new home she's purchasing. We close next Thursday. So that's been great for me this year. And I'm so happy about it.
That's the
So
best
that's my
source.
win.
I love
Congratulations.
that.
Thank you. And I've only been in the business for 4 years.
Good job. Already getting those repeat clients.
Yes.
I love that.
Yep.
I love that. Okay, Jackie wants to share a win. Let's hear Jackie's win. Oh, wait, yeah, Jackie, you want to share a win? I don't know if she's got. Oh, there you are, Jackie.
Yes. Yes, and you said my name right, so you're
Yay!
good.
Good. I recently, well, not recently, a long time ago, I called somebody Canelli and their name was Nelly. So I'm really glad I got Jackie right.
No, my win is I had a friend of mine reach out to me. They were needing to leave their rental, and she wanted to know if I knew of any rentals in the area. And I was like, is that really the direction that you want to go, or do you want to buy? And she's like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to like talk to someone because I don't want to be disappointed if I can't. And so we had that conversation, and I'm like, she kind of told me where she was at and what their plans were. And I'm like, so if you can't do that today, we're looking at like even within the next year. And she's like, oh, well, yeah. And I said, then we need to have that conversation. Let's have that conversation. And they just went pending on a house.
Yeah. People are so funny, aren't they? Oh my goodness. That's so good.
Yeah,
So
it was
good.
perfect.
I love that. I love, look at you, Brittany. Did you know how to do that? Or it's just doing, okay, like, I want to be respectful of your time. So on that note, we'll wrap. Did you ladies get value from this call? Was it good? If you didn't get value, it's your fault, not mine. Just kidding. But all seriousness, please keep coming to these, keep tapping in. Also, in case you are new and you don't know, we do on Mondays, we do a morning show, and I try to bring, we try to bring good, Kristen and I try to bring good value there. If we're having a master class, we don't have the morning show, but then we're having the master class. And so those are all free resources. This community, the mission behind our community is to educate, empower, and encourage. So all of this stuff, we're not charging. We just want to, help you. Our mission was to empower moms. And right now with the season we're in, our mission is to keep you in business. Like we want to keep moms in business. So make sure you're paying attention. If you just go at the top of the Facebook group, you can always see what we have going on. You can click on that and we always have the upcoming dates. We also just launched our brand new website. Hey Meyer, although there's a debate if it's Meyer or Meyer, we're going with Meyer because that's what I say. But anyways, heymeyer.com.
Teacher, it is Meyer.
Okay, there you go. Did you see on that thread?
M-I-R-E.
M-I-R-E.
It makes the I long with the E at the end.
Christy, go back to that thread. Did you see there's people like it's meter or something? And I'm like,
I know. I was like, where do y'all live where you have an accent like that?
It's their accent. Yeah.
You don't know. I took a poll just to see how people pronunciate the acronym. But anyways, you can go to the website. Our referral network is coming. So if you would like to secure your market, make sure you're on our email list for that. If you need some support in your business, anywhere you are, you can book an agent success call with me, whether you're, producing and want to scale or you're brand new. And then lastly, this is my own shameless plug. Connect with me. I'm building something pretty cool. And I'm going to be looking for agents to partner with nationally for my production team. And then I'm always looking for agents to partner with it real. So there's my shameless plug. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you all. And I'll see you guys
Good to meet
time.
everybody.
Yes,
Thanks,
I love
Randy.
it. Bye, guys. I appreciate you. Have a good night.
Bye, ladies. Keep
Bye,
going.
guys. Oh, Michelle, did you already jump off? Sorry, real quick. I was just so excited she was on here and I didn't get to say hi.
Rochelle, yeah.
Is she on here? Yeah, she's on here, but I don't think she has her camera on. How far is New Jersey from you, Christy?
Not close.
Not close.
New Jersey's East Coast. Yeah.
Okay, so if anybody needs a good agent in New Jersey, I think she's got her camera and her phone off, but I'm just plugging her here. Rochelle jumped on and she's my girl. I left her behind at EXP when I left to Real. So I miss her, but anyways, I was just glad she jumped on here. And Tamika, thank you for jumping on today too.
What did you say the website was again, Randy the Meyer?
Heymeyer.com.
Okay.
Thank you. This is my first time joining. I just joined the group, I think maybe a couple weeks ago. So yeah, thank you.
Well, tap in, sister. We're excited to have you.
Thank you. I will.
We'll talk
and
to
if
you
you need
soon.
me in Atlanta, I'm here.
Right?
I'm not with the Real, but I'm in Atlanta.
That's okay. You don't have to be with Real. We're not all with Real. Yeah, whatever brokerage is good for you.
I do have a niece in Atlanta. And so right now I don't know if they're thinking about buying because she's in the film industry. And her dad is like, I'm tired of spending so much money on rent, and he's thinking about buying a property so that way they can she can then just rent from her dad, so they're just not spending so much money on rent. So I might be talking to you soon.
Okay. Yeah,
Christy is the MVP handing out. We got to come up with some award for whoever hands out referrals during Buns Up.
I'll take it.
Christy's the winner, the MVP.
I do know a lot of people everywhere. I'm not kidding. I don't know how. Just this little Indiana girl knows people all over. My daughter is in Norway right now, and she told me she's going to go to Georgia and Armenia. And I'm like, oh, I know somebody in the country, Georgia. Oh, I know somebody in like Denmark.
What part of Indiana?
Georgia's a country. There's a country named Georgia.
Yes, there's a country in Georgia.
So see, guys, when like Patty said, when you need your person, when you're like, if they can sell real estate, I can be your person. If I can sell real estate, because I had no idea there was a country named Georgia. None.
Yes, there is. It's in Europe.
Well, Christy, let me know. Get my info.
I'm a homeschool mom. Geography was my thing.
Me too.
So, yes. Love
I'm
geography,
a
world
homeschool mom
geography.
too.
Do you homeschool too, Lois? We homeschool too.
Do you really? Oh my gosh.
I'm a
I
homeschool
homeschool
grandma.
three kids. I'm a single mom. I have them 100% of the time. They don't go away for the weekend or anything. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I bet. Do you use any outsource? Like we use OutSchool and a couple different sources, like to help us, just because we're not Christy, I admire you teachers because we're not teachers. We're like, what? I don't get it. Well, I don't get it either.
I don't teach my high
Call
schoolers
me.
though. We do a co-op and they teach all the stuff. I help with homework. Tonight we were doing like worldview and I felt like I was in college. I'm like, oh my word, this is hard. Like postmodernism and all kinds of other thinking things. I'm like, oh my word, no wonder
That they're
teaching is so
never gonna need
hard.
again in their life.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
they
So
will.
Unless they were in that field.
I
Kinda.
saw.
Don't
Don't
put
talk
after
though.
me.
No, listen. So I saw a
Yeah,
TikTok,
geography, real estate.
but I showed it
Not
to my
really.
husband. It said the Haktua girl and Lieutenant Dan are both going to be millionaires, and I'm still supposed to convince my kids they need college.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and I was like, gosh, I feel this to my core. Like my kids graduated high school, all of them, and I'm like, the basics, like Jordy works with me and I'm like, what do you mean you don't know how to do a spreadsheet? What do you mean you don't know how to do this? Every single day we have a conversation. She graduated like 5 years ago, and every day there's something I have to teach her because the public school system didn't. And I'm like, so I don't know why I let them go to public school for 12 years. So that's why my grandkids don't, because they learned nothing.
Wow.
And then they
Yeah.
let my son.
Tired. You can change a tire, change your oil, do your
Yes.
taxes, balance
Do your bank
checkbook.
accounts.
We don't use
Yes.
it.
Yes.
They don't do that. They need to. Oh, you're about to make me go down a rabbit hole. People
What?
that are in education, not in education, should not be breaking rules about education.
Well, and the thing about it too is that my oldest son, he like told me after the fact, he was like, I was like, how do you not know this stuff, son? And he was like, Mom, can I tell you something that I never wanted to tell you in high school? And I was like, yeah. And he's like I was a football player. They just passed me. And I mean, I was like involved, but I didn't realize that I always knew there was like a thing about him, because I'll never forget, like he's got this charm. He's a pretty boy. He's got the dimples. Like he's like that guy. Right. And I knew this because in like 3rd grade, I remember he had this like full on book report and this whole like box to build and all this stuff. And I was like, I'm not helping you. You waited till 10 o'clock at night. You know what? You take the heat for this one. You take the heat. And I wanted to teach him accountability. And I'll never forget, I went to his 3rd grade teacher and I was like, hey, so how did that go? Like, did he, and she's like, he didn't, but he got up and he just kind of winged it and he did really good. And I was like, wait, what? Like he winged it? Like, and I was like, I knew at that point I was in trouble. To this day, he's almost 30 and I'm just shocked at what his charm does. But literally combine that with him being a football player, and he's like, my teachers just made sure everything was taken care of for me. And I was doing peace for him.
We weren't allowed to give zeros, no matter if they didn't turn it in or not.
Yeah.
They have to be able to pass, and you can't give them a grade that they can't come back from, because it hurts them socially.
Yeah, well, what hurts kids socially is when they get to 25 and they have no
They can't do
skills.
anything. I know.
I mean, thankfully my kids are like naturally, and they're surrounded by like our environment, but what the school prepped them for gave them no skills.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, apparently we could
A
keep
whole
going.
nother 1 hour call. I might need a high.
Yeah.
You want to hear all the pitfalls? I got a list.
Maybe we need like a homeschool call, since I remember last week somebody booked a call with me and they were like, Randy, like, let's do a Latina call. And I'm like, for it, because, it cracks me up. People are like, you need more minorities in your, to lead your group. And I'm like, I mean, I'm all for that, but also, do I not count? And they were like, wait, you're Latina? And they got so excited. So then they booked a call with me and they were like, okay, now we have to have a Latina call. So maybe we need a homeschool call and all these other calls too.
Yeah.
Just
And
to make it
homeschool
all fair.
mamas, if you
Yeah.
if there's any, obviously Randy or me, I've got way older kids. If you just need somebody to call and support you and encourage you, please feel free to just reach out.
Oh, I love that. Tamika, do you homeschool? No. We're crazy.
Homeschooling just for
so
COVID was enough for me.
Oh, I thrived during that time. My kids learned so many skills. They learned how to cook full on 4-course meals for 8 people. Like it was a thing. And now all my
I
kids
feel
can cook,
Tamika.
even my
I
baby.
feel Tamika. That was like for me. I remember somebody saying to me in church in probably like 2019, she was like, wait, your kids are in their late teens and early 20s. How are you not on your hands and knees just crying? And she's like, I was when my kids were that age. And I was like, yeah, mate, not me. Like, God's good, whatever. And then COVID hits. And then my kids are like all they're turning, you know, one turned Jordan's numbers to 23, one turned 21, one turned 18 in quarantine. Like we never had issues, but we had like all of a sudden these young adults and trying to parent them. I was like, we need a second house. We need some room.
Yeah.
So my son
like,
is young.
Grown.
He's in the 5th grade now. And I mean, I probably should homeschool because I'm actually looking for a tutor. So yeah.
That is interesting, huh?
Well, if
That
you have
is
babies
Yes.
with dyslexia, I can help in that. You can call me whenever. I Zoom with kids all the time still, and I don't teach anymore.
Christy, do you want to Zoom with my grandkids once a week? I need a reading teacher.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Don't tease me, Christy. My
Yeah.
here's and this may be a bad thought, but here's my thought. If they can learn to read well, they can do anything. As long as they get the basics of the reading down. Like, you know, I'm a major proponent of education. I just don't trust the public school education system. And my
Right.
grandson is struggling to read. And so I'm like, I just need somebody that knows how to teach reading to teach them to read. And I just need somebody to get on a call once or twice with them a week on Zoom because they're very used to that. They're very much show up like a classroom setting and just teach them to read. So I've been trying to find somebody.
How old is he?
He is 7.
So 15 minutes would probably peak his very most pay attention. Like we'll talk about it. Call me. I really will. Like 15 minutes, I can definitely do that. That's easy to put in my schedule. And their attention span's so short, like it would be quick lessons, but it'd be stuff that he would be able to catch on and remember.
Yay. Okay, cool. We can like swap. We can swap. I can mentor, you can teach him to read.
Absolutely. I also texted you just now, just so you know. But yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
Y'all
Perfect.
reach
Well,
out.
I appreciate all of you guys.
Hey, and Randy,
yes.
just so you know too, I read a book early on from my homeschool mentor at the time, and it's called Better Late Than Early. And so you don't feel bad or whoever in your family, a lot of kids don't totally get reading until they're 10 or 11 years old. Just because the public school has pushed that, and that's been they've had to, because that's the standards that they set. But many kids, their gates just aren't open yet to absorb all that information all at once. Now, some kids do, but a lot of kids, they don't have it like jam around it until they're 10 or 11. And so, but that's the book that I read was really a big proponent to teach me, to help me understand that especially boys just have a harder time early on with formal education. So like studies being done, like the kindergartners that did science, all they did the whole year was science. And then another kindergarten class, they did phonics and all the traditional stuff. 3 years later, the kids who just did science were ahead.
Oh, wow.
Of the other kids.
Yeah,
Because
I will definitely look into that.
Yeah. There's just a lot
I
of
will look into that.
benefit of not shoving things down their throats when they're so young. So
that's why I said
don't feel bad that he's 7 and he's still struggling. It's fine. My kid did not get it until she was 9. So
awesome.
It is completely normal. I promise.
Yeah.
Yay.
And
well, I
my son
appreciate
with
you,
reading
ladies.
is 10.
Makes
And
sense.
he's just now really getting the comprehension part of reading because he had the same teacher for 4th grade that he has for 5th grade. And that's what she told us last week. She was like, now she can tell that he's really understanding what he's reading. So that's good.
Comprehension doesn't really actually click until they're about 12 to 13 years old. Just so you know, they may be able to remember it, but they are not like playing that movie in their brain like we do when we watch stuff or read stuff. They don't have that ability quite yet.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it is hard, but don't always listen to what outside sources tell you.
I love that.
All right. Thank you.
I love that. Bye,
Bye, y'all.
ladies. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, ladies. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, where's that button?